On June 1st and 2nd, 2024, the Indiana Outboard Association held a race in Huntington, Indiana. The day before that, on May 31st, they also ran a driver's school for new drivers, both young and old. Here's a quick view of that.
Okay. Then wait to look and see other flags. Especially if we're having a clock malfunction early in the race, we could throw the red flag, fix the clock, go back to green, and not have to bring everybody else back in to refuel them, and we can still get the heat.
Here's Madison Brill, granddaughter of Dave Brill, longtime Iowa racer, taking her first ride in a race boat. Here we have Jim Robb telling us how he sets the timing on his engine at 350 thousandths before top dead center. Here you go.
We're setting up the timing. We want to have it 350 degrees before top dead center. So we put the dial indicator in, backed it down, brought it all the way up to 0, and then we turned it back 350 thousandths so we can set the timing. And then we're going to adjust the magneto ignition so we know when it opens the point to cause that.
Right. Longtime Iowa announcer Bobby Laws is here interviewing young Haley before she steps up into a bigger class of hydroplane.
Start with the basics. We're all here to have fun. Give me a hug. Haley, you got this, girl, okay? You got this. But you're going to be going faster than you've ever went, okay? You're going to have more raw power than you've ever had. So let's just feel it, okay? Let's don't use it and try to take on the world. Let's just get familiar with the power. Let's just get used to the speed a little bit, okay? And then you'll be fine, alrighty? I got faith in you. You come from a good gene pool. Eat your green beans and you'll be fine.
We'll see at all Iowa events are many, many participants, young and old, male and female. And there's never a shortage of cool boats to look at as you walk through the pits. Boats, of course, are kneel down, hence the kneel and pray on Rick Miller's hydro. Came out in droves, including these Amish folks. Here we are with Jimmy Robb, who just got done with his second heat of D-Mod Hydro. So, Jimmy, how did it go out there?
It was a little rough. The first heat, I was still breaking in the engine, so I was taking a little more easy on it. Second heat, went out, got to the chute a little too early, and about fell off plane just to jump the clock. Then went through, finished the rest of the race on it. It was pretty bumpy because I was toward the back of it, but I hope we have a better Formula E run after this.
Okay, so there were quite a few boats in that heat. I think 8, was that right?
That is correct, and they're all champions. So you're racing against the best.
Right, and then you started, like you said, you came off plane. So by the time you got back on the plane, what position were you on the course?
Toward the back, 6th or 7th place. I was able to pass one boat at least, but I think I jumped the clock, so I was disqualified the entire race.
Okay, great. So when can we look forward to seeing you in the Formula E heat?
It's going to be the next set. So after we finish this flight of racing on it, we'll go to Formula E racing and then definitely, hopefully, do a lot better.
The city of Huntington was actually named after one of the original signers of the Declaration of Independence. In town, you'll see this beautiful bed and breakfast. So many other beautiful buildings in the city of Huntington. Here is a beautiful Catholic church in Huntington. And is also the home of a small private Christian college. And here's Bobby Laws now talking to Madison Brill, discussing her first heat of racing, which didn't go exactly as planned.
Like that patrol boat got in the way. It was their fault, right?
I mean, I don't know. It was kind of both of them. It was my boat's fault, but I was going around that buoy.
Yeah.
And I seen them coming out a little little bit, and so I was trying to like steer away a little bit.
Yeah.
And my boat literally went boom and crashed into the side. And I was embarrassed by it, I'm not gonna lie. I was embarrassed because like having that happen on like your first time going out there was like embarrassing.
Okay. But I think that nobody liked those guys in Patrol Boat anyhow. And I think that they were all cheering when you hit them. So I think you ought to go back out there today. But I had no idea that was you out there. Good job. We didn't even like them patrol boat drivers, and they probably tried to throw you out and everything else. So next time, you know, if you see them two in there, just close your eyes and squeeze that throttle. And that way it'll sink that patrol boat before they can even get it in there. What do you think?
I like that.
I'm just teasing with you. I'm glad you're okay, and I'm glad you're safe. And that was your first race of the ever, right?
Ever.
And you hit the patrol boat. That's a good omen. That's a good sign of a national champion to come in the future, right? All right, Madison, I'm glad you're okay, girl. Eat your M&Ms and have fun.
I will.
I'll try to start a tradition to always keep M&Ms in the motorhome for you, all right? When she was just a little 4 or 5 year old girl, she was at a boat race and I was there, and she was wanting M&Ms, and we didn't have no M&Ms, so I talked her into eating a piece of pie, apple pie, and she ate it and loved it. Now we're going back to M&Ms. She's all grown up. All right, thanks, Madison.
You gotta love dry firing these engines. You can't beat that sound. The 850 Mod Hydro, heat getting started as they all roar away.